Looking to improve your fitness business while keeping your bottom line in good shape? Let the Gym Administrator help you achieve those goals. With their powerful team of fitness industry professionals at the ready, the Gym Administrator covers a wide range of industry-related products and services that will help you build your business and increase profits. The Gym Administrator works with reliable industry suppliers and vendors that place a heavy emphasis on service, just the way you remember it. Give them a call at 914-494-1066 or visit them on the web at thegymadministrator.com as well as all social media platforms. The Gym Administrator, all your fitness needs under one roof. Scan the barcode at the bottom of the screen to get started today.
The Monty and the Pharaoh Show is brought to you by...
Because wine is your second favorite four-letter word. California wine, New York attitude. Good fucking wine.
Yeah.
Well, Greg, the Iron Claw came out about the Von Erichs. We had the opportunity to watch that at all?
I have, yeah.
Thoughts?
I've watched.
What were your thoughts on the movie?
Well, I called Holly Von Erich. Her and her sister Lacey, they got on board with us with the action figures, and I said, Holly, I just watched that movie. I ran into a friend about 2 months earlier, and he said, "Have you seen the Von Erich movie yet?" And I said, "No, I haven't." He said, "I did." And I said, "How'd you like it?" He said, "It was so depressing." So I was kind of a little hesitant about seeing it, but my girlfriend and I watched it, and she came out of it. She said, "Oh my God, did that really happen?" I said, "That really happened to that family." And it was depressing. It was a very good movie. I called Holly and I said, "Holly, man," she said, "You saw it, didn't you?" And I said, "Yeah." It was a downer. She said, "I know it." She said, "So how's Kev doing?" I tried to call him a couple of times. She said, "Well, he's having a tough time with it." And but it really hit home. It brings back memories for the family that, little tough.
So let me ask you this, right? Again, we told you we're from the Northeast WWE guys, and we're just fans, right? And we only know what we've learned or heard. And I think our envisionment, and maybe you could clear the air, is I always, after watching the movie, the one person I thought of when they they really put Fritz in a light of being this dictator father who drove his kids like a maniac. And I always felt like your father was that way with you. Am I off base there? And the reason I say that to you, Greg, is whenever I see you in interviews, I never hear you say dad. I always hear you say Vern. And I, and this is just me, I think to myself, man, is there some kind of problem that may have happened, or is there some regret that Greg has with Vern?
No, I always called him Dad at home. I don't know why I call him Vern now. I guess just I don't know, but sometimes I don't know why I do. But
Greg? What was it tough
Dad,
though? I mean, how tough was it?
Well, he was tough on you. I mean, he was tough. He came up the hard way. He came from a family of, he ended up being 18 in the family. His mother died when he was young, and his dad didn't want him to play sports, didn't want him to wrestle, wanted him to work on the farm all the time. And he used to have to walk to school. And in high school, Robbinsdale High School, from where he lived, was quite a ways. And he used to tell me what I used to do. I'd run to one telephone pole, walk the next one, then run all the way to school, and then do that all the way back. Plus you do wrestling practice and football practice and baseball. He played 3 sports in high school. And then went to Minnesota, and Bud Grant, I don't know if you know, Bud was the coach in Minnesota. They were really good friends. And Bud used to tell me they had Vern playing tight end, and he said they had him so out of position. He was still third team All-American as a tight end. They didn't throw the ball much, and he had good hands. But he said with his bounce, he should have been a linebacker. Bud said he handled everybody on the team. And he did that in the wrestling room too. He was just built that way. And coming up the hard way, he never wanted us, especially me, I was the only boy and three sisters. He was hard on me, but it was good for him.
Did he train you harder and push you harder than the other wrestlers he would train? Was he the same with everyone, or did you have to have extra, mileage because you were his son?
And Greg, let me just jump in on that one too. I want to add to that question. Could you identify with the Von Erichs since you grew up in that kind of atmosphere?
Yeah, I could. I didn't know Fritz personally. My dad was good friends with him. They wrestled each other. Vern dropped the belt to him in Texas when he got Texas going, Dallas going, and then came back a week later and won it back. But Fritz was really solid in the ring. They go on hunting trips together and all that. They were good buddies that way. Seeing it, I don't know if, what Fritz was like with his kids. I mean, if that was what it was like for him, yeah, he was hard on the kids. Vern was hard on me because he said, it's not going to be easy for you. So you might as well learn it now and learn how to cope with it. And, his philosophy was never let anybody outwork. No matter how big you are, how small you are, no matter what you do, you outwork them. And I remember the first time he ever had me, we had about an acre yard, and I was probably 11, 12 years old. He had me rake the yard. And I raked the whole damn yard in the fall and, picked up all the leaves, put them in the piles where they had to go. And he came home and it was just getting dark. And he looked at me and he said, hey, you missed a spot over there. I said, yeah. Okay, I'll get it in the morning. He says, no, you get it now and you'll do the whole yard again.
Wow.
So I had to go rake the whole yard with the lights on. And I was out there until 10 o'clock. But, he says, you have to learn when you do something, do it right the first time, and you don't have to do it over.
Right.
That's good stuff.
And that was his philosophy. Never let anybody outwork you, no matter what you do.
Hardest working man in the room. On a lot of these interviews, Greg, we don't get to identify the rest of the family members. And, maybe you could just share. I know you mentioned that your wife had passed, which we're very sorry for. Can you tell us a little bit maybe about your siblings?